So when Sherry and I talked yesterday morning and realized, according to the electric company, that we weren't going to have power today, we'll rely on our inner power. So that's exactly, obviously what we would be doing since we teach that, yes? And so just be aware that though things are different, that doesn't mean that they may be better. You never know. You might enjoy coming to the service and going to the bathroom in the dark. We'll just let that be so. Did I say that? Yes, I should probably watch my notes. All right. So we welcome our voices today, our singers. We welcome our band, and we welcome Noreen. And let's thank our team. They went and got coffee. They came early. I want you to stand for them, okay? Everybody has been overtime today. Sherry's been here since 8. We have the most amazing team in our AV. So we will give it our best. Just hold that inner space of peace, all right? So welcome to Unity of Santa Barbara, a place where amazing things happen. A place where people discover their inner truth and their awareness. How many of you has Unity changed your life? Yep. Hallelujah. Well, let's make a mighty noise unto the Lord and into the law this morning. As you probably know this by memory, peace like a river. Remain standing. Peace like a river. All right, as you remain standing, let's bring our energy together as we affirm Unity of Santa Barbara. I'll do it like wedding vows. I'll give you 3 or 4 words and then you repeat after me, okay? Unity of Santa Barbara,
Unity of Santa Barbara
is the spiritual community center, which touches hearts, awakens souls, and builds dreams. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to be anywhere. And I'm happy to be here with all of you. I added all that. Please tell everybody hello and give them a hug or a welcome. Last week we had online guests tuning in with us from California, South Carolina, Texas, Kentucky, Florida, Louisiana, Arizona, Alaska, and Hawaii, and Colorado. We welcome them. Our countries were India, Nigeria, New Zealand, the UK, Canada, the Philippines, Kenya, China, Brazil, Australia, Mexico, Italy, South Africa, Laos, Hong Kong, and Northern Ireland. Wow, isn't that the greatest feeling? We are the world. Just feels so good. We give thanks. We have retirement centers. We have 8 now that are tuning into us, and we give them a big, you can wave. Yes, you can wave. If you're in the protection, silent witness protection program, they only see the back of your head. So, all right. So if you are with us for the first time today, bless you all the way around. And you can see that that's how we are in unity. It's not what happens to us, it's what we allow that happens through us. It's not that we want everything to be perfect. It's that more importantly, we want to have connected with you while you are here. Yes. And so if you are with us for the first time today and you would stand, all we're going to ask you to do is that, and we just want to acknowledge you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, and friends from Ojai. We just appreciate you coming, and I always say come 3 or 4 times if you have that ability, because that's where you really get an understanding of what a community is. It's it's so much better if you give it more than one time. And I intuitively knowing that I need to say that our beloved Shirley Campbell, her daughter is here in the house, and her husband. So let's honor them. Yes. And those of you that are with us for the first time today, in the bookstore, you will receive a free book of your choice. What about that, right? We have a board member that takes care of that gift for each of you. And if you didn't get one the last time, then today would be the day. I hear you. See, I'm psychic. I just don't tell people. Okay. So, Friendship Sunday is next week, so please bring your friends. That being said, we have a prayer box. Would our prayer chaplain stand? And our prayer team? Yes, as our singers are coming forward. Yeah. Yeah, so anything you want to celebrate, anything you want to hold sacred, it is held in confidence, and we would love to be there for you. Prayer is our foundation for unity. It is what we are. It's how unity was founded, based on prayer and healing. And so it's very important to us. All right, so sing along with our beautiful singers. Let's give them some love.
As we move into this meditation time, I'd like to take a moment to thank Temple for holding the space for this powerless, powerful morning at Unity of Santa Barbara. And I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone seated here who walked through the door when you heard there was no power, but you brought your power. So imagine we're between lives. We're up in the cosmos somewhere. And Mama Earth, Gaia, puts out a call to the universe saying, I need help. I need people to bring their light. And the divine God, Source, says, I need someone, many people, to bring their light, to bring their love, which is the light and the love of God, of Source, that we are made of. And each of us, every one of us here said, here I am, Lord. Is it I? I will go if you lead me. If you guide me, I will go. I will hold your people in my heart. I will bring your light. Help me remember the truth of who I am. Help me to remember that I am the light. So moving deeper into meditation, knowing that we are that light, knowing that we are guided every step, every breath of the way. Here we are, Lord. Here we are, bringing your light, holding your people and all beings on the planet in our hearts. Here forever and always yours. And so it is.
Brianna Tam. Remember that name? Remember that name? She just relocated to the West Coast, and she was here the night of Love Heals, and when we showed the film. And we were all spellbound, got hooked on her right away. And we'd love you to be a regular here, wouldn't we? Yeah. Yes. Yes. So a few years ago in the Carolinas, I went to visit my dearest friend, and she had a new car, and she was having difficulty with the lighting on the dashboard. And I said, I used to sell cars. I can help you. Where's your manual? So here's the manual. I said, that's not a problem. I hadn't looked at one in a while, and I opened it up. It's like dashboard, page 8. Page 32, page 62, page 157, and page 249. Okay, see page 38. Go to lights. Light, see page 38. Light on dashboard, see page 42. Go to 42. Dashboard, the following is on page 157. Go to 157. What is it about life that we add more of a belief in it if it's complicated? Emma Curtis Hopkins would say, she was a teacher of the Fillmore, she was a teacher of Ernest Holmes. I had the good pleasure of seeing where Nona Brooks and all of them started when I was in Denver at the beautiful Althea Center. But she was a teacher of teachers, and she said that there's a reason that often we get in the stuck place is that we believe two things. It must be complicated, and it must be hard. Yes? And that, we earn it. Or people will say, well, you deserve it. But instructions, the main manual is the inner manual. And I thought it was hysterical that here we're talking about this today, and we've had all this activity in the last 24 hours, because we really needed to rely upon our inner manual. And that is what unity is about. Unity is not about being guided by externals, but going within and understanding the inner awareness and the wisdom that we have. There's a story about Billy Graham. He was doing a convention, and he had written a letter, and he was walking down the sidewalk looking for a post office. And a little boy walked up, and he asked him, he said, son, do you know where the post office is? And the little boy said, yeah, you go down and you turn right, then you turn left, and there it is. He said, thank you. By the way, I'm going to be talking about how you can get to heaven tonight at this arena. Why don't you come? And the little boy said, duh. You don't even know how to get to the post office. I'm not really interested in you telling me how you going to tell me that when you don't even know how to get right down the road, Really, really a cute thing. Louise Hay, most of us know her as the empire of a life-changing thought creates your world. You can heal your life. And she tells a story about how when she was a practitioner, a lot of people don't know this, she was a religious science practitioner. And in her third year of class is when she downloaded this information about how you can heal your life. And she created a 12-page booklet and had 5,000 copies made. It took 2 years to sell 5,000 copies. And she got comments from people and her teachers that people weren't interested in that it probably wasn't going to go, that it probably wasn't the right idea. But her inner manual kept telling her, stay the course. Stay the course. And then, of course, Hay House went on to be the largest self-help publishing company within its day. Isn't that amazing? Let's give Louise some love. Very, very powerful stuff. Some of you don't know, but in the last month, Bibi and I have been moving to a home. We've had a great place that we've lived for 2 years, but we really were guided to find a place where we felt like this is home. Say that with me. This is home. It's what we're all longing for, is to feel at home. That's why we come here to spiritual community. But in the external, we needed a home that reflected us. And so on the search, we find it. And so I was telling Reverend Kathy how there was just so much to do, with moving companies and planning. And I'm sure all of you have moved. You don't need me to go through that. But I said, and I could really use some help. And Reverend Kathy said, well, what could you use help with? And I said, well, there's lots of windows in the house, and some of the lower windows, I would like to put that clear window tint on them. And she goes, I know how to do that. I'll do that. I said, you do that for me? She said, oh yeah, I'll come over and I'll cut them. And they're like 64 blocks she had to cut, and I'll take care of it. So I worked with her in ordering the right kind. And so she works. We don't even talk. We're like on a mission, and she's hanging them all up and everything. Well, it took me a few hours after she had left to have the heart to tell her pretty much every one of them she had put on the windows had already fallen down. And so then Kathy says, what in the world would have caused that? I washed the window and cut it and everything. And I went, I don't know. And I talked to my good friend, and she said, well, did she read the instructions? And I went, well, I'm sure she did. I'm sure she did. So Kathy says, I'm coming over on Monday. I'm going to bring super glue. She told me I could tell you this. It's okay. You can laugh. I'm going to bring super glue, and I'm going to bring double-sided tape. We're going to get that to stay on the window. So we did. So we did the double-sided tape and everything. Well, then we ran out of the roll and time to open a new one. Well, when I opened the new one, the instructions fell down. And it said, wash the window and also peel the backing off of the paper so it will stick to your window. Amen? So she said, I can go back and do the other ones. I said, don't you dare. This is a romantic story, and it will be part of our home, and we want to keep it. So there are times when instructions can be extremely important. When I was in my throes of study with my shaman teacher, which means infinity and wholeness, which means teaching you how to be grounded, I would do a week and a month with her. And when I would go into deep meditation, always with a question, always with intention, I would ask, what is it that I need now to be humble, or what is it that I need now for the highest and best for my spiritual path? So it always go into this deep place, and I would go down roots, and it would be kind of dark, and kind of reminded me of being in the bathroom today, without the flashlight. Anyway, you'll get that later. You can watch it online. Anyhow, so this particular time I asked, what is it that I need to really support me as a spiritual student? I always say, the most important thing for you to know about me is I'm a student. Because when I stop saying that, I don't need to be in front of people. Are you with me? We have enough spiritual narcissism in the world. So we're always learning, and we learn every day. And that's what keeps the fluidity of life so special. But on this particular day, it was very interesting, because when I went into my meditation, I didn't go where I had always been. That's why I love this work. I wound up going on a spiral way into the light. It was so bright that like my eyes were hurting. And up on like this parade float came Jesus. Lambs and animals and everything. And there was Jesus. And Jesus looked at me and said, do the work. The path is straight. Say that with me. Do the work. The path is straight. It was just like this huge download. Because in that moment, and then weeks later of journaling, I realized that I was the one always in my way. Because I wanted to use my own personality manual to run things. Do any of you ever do that? A couple of you, right? Where's Bob? Is he here today? No. Yeah, we get in the way of just doing what we need to do, because when we connect the dots of our spiritual path, the next step in front of us is always the step that we are to do. It's always the step. And yet when we want to control the illusion of control, then we often get away from our heart and our soul. And we get into, am I on? Oh, that's not you? Okay. We get away from what is in front of us to do. And so I catch myself sometimes as I'm like in the way trying to make something happen. Or why isn't this happening? And I remember, do the work, the path is straight. Say that with me. Do the work, the path is straight. It is about that inner manual. So when we're looking to the external going, why isn't this happening? How is this occurring? Why do I have this cold? Or why is this going on? Or whatever it is I might be asking, the key is to go inside. I need to do the inner work on me because the path is straight. There's no doubt about it. You know, we are working with natural laws. When people say that their life isn't working, I know that life is always working. And I know that life is always working for us. When people say that, I know they have a misunderstanding about what working with the law means. Do you agree? Yes. And so in that space of working with the law, it's really cool, like when you think about GPS, our God personalized system. Our God personalized system. Because you can plug into your life where you would like to arrive at some point, and this system will guide you in your inner manual to listen and be attentive, and therefore your outcome, it will be there. Yes? Have you ever been in a car with somebody that has a navigation system and they argue with it? Isn't that the most special thing? You're like a passenger, you know, and you're going down the road and they're arguing with the GPS. You know, it's like, did you grow up in a dysfunctional family? I'm not sure. But anyway, so they're arguing with the GPS system and they're going, that doesn't feel right. I don't think this is right. And I'll say, have you ever been here before? No. Well, then wouldn't you want to go the way it tells you? Because you can't blame it if you wind up where you don't want to be when you're in the way of it. Control when you're in the way of it. And that is what I feel about the relationship with us as an individuation, a spirit of the divine, is that often people blame God. Often people get angry with God. Often people are mad at God because they go, well, it didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. Well, did you listen to the guidance? When you got the first message that wasn't the right guy for you, did you listen? 20 years later, I did. Okay. When you got the message that there wasn't anything to be afraid of, don't rush and sell your stocks. Now you're disappointed that did you listen? So our God personalized system is always how we are expressing the divine. Does this resonate with you? On this day of power, I'm waiting on the power to go bam. But in that, it's like the listening aspect of it. You know, education teaches us you need to learn it, study it, practice it, and then do it. The other side of life, those of us that are trailblazing an effort, we believe, let me do it and let me learn from doing it. One of the things that we learned early on in metaphysics was a thought plus a feeling equals an action. A thought plus a feeling equals an action. You know, one of the things that is interesting is often people will put so much into the thought, but they don't put the energy into the feeling. When Bruce Lipton said to the guy, the shaman, how did you make the rain? And he said, I felt the rain. I felt the rain. So whatever you're calling into your life right now, whatever you are focusing on in your awareness right now, you want to make sure that the feeling is believable within you in order for it to happen. Does it make sense? Because you can affirm and affirm and affirm and affirm and affirm. There's nothing wrong with that. But until you have the believability of what it feels like to be whole, what it feels like to be wealthy, what it feels like to be loved, what it feels like to have a relationship where someone just adores you. You have the feeling, and then therefore it shall come. Connect? And so it's in that awareness. One of the things that we know and practice in unity is the power of our word. The power of our word. In the beginning, God created the heavens and what? Earth. Does it say in the beginning God created the heavens and hell? No. How many people spend their life avoiding hell? It's not even created. Are you with me? It's not even created. There's millions of people in the world that are disempowered from a belief about a possibility of a short life and then followed by hell, and it's not ever been created. So how can it exist? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That is our sacred story. Is that when we all go to the afterlife, you know what they're going to ask us? Would anybody want to know? Thank you. Thank you for asking. When we get to the afterlife, people are going to ask us, Shirley, you know what they're going to ask us? They're going to go, how was heaven? Breathe that in. How was heaven? You had it all the time. It was right in front of you. It was that person that loves you. It was that animal devoted to you. It was the cousin that called you. It was your alcoholism that made you so great. It was your addiction that taught you how to love. It was your art that you longed to have that kept drawing out of you. You have been in heaven all along. You have been here. Allow that to be your truth. I'm going to close by reading. Many of us heard this in the 80s. You know, I have been around a while. But I wouldn't take on window tinning. I'm going to just say that. This is called the Rules for the Human Life. You will receive a body. You may like it or hate it, but it will be yours for the entire period this time around. I love that one. That's huge. It is the only thing you really own. Get that. Your body is the only thing you really own or are guaranteed to keep for your whole life. Wow. You will learn lessons. You are enrolled in a full-time informal school called Life on Planet Earth. Each day in this school, you will have the opportunity to learn lessons. There are no mistakes, only lessons. Growth is a process of experimentation, trial and error. The so-called failed experiments are as much a part of the process as the experiment that ultimately works. A lesson is repeated until learned. Learning lessons does not end. There is no better than here. Others are merely mirrors of you. You cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects to you something you love or hate in yourself. Whoa. What you create of your life is up to you. You have all the tools and the resource. You have the inner manual that you need. In Psalms and Scripture, it actually says, you will know always within you what is just and fair, and you will always know the right action that you are to take. What you create of your life is up to you. The answers lie inside you. You will tend to forget all of this the next time you are born. And not the truth. Thank you for being here today. Thank you. Bless you. As our ushers are coming forward, and we're holding our gifts in our hands, and we want to thank so many of you for responding to us. It's like we're going through this energetic, vibrational shift. It's been fascinating. We've been getting the roof repaired, And we had a gas leak this week, which was something else that Sherry and Susie dedicated so much of their time to. Obviously, it's fixed. And then the power thing. So it's like we're just seeing, we are learning our life lessons 100-fold. But we just appreciate all of you and your gifts and your love of this community, and you keep showing up, and we're very appreciative. So let us do our affirmation statement. It's Brianna today. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. In whatever way you said it, it works too, yes. Thank you so much. Let's welcome Brianna back. We're so thrilled to have Brianna with us. She has a beautiful mission. I'm just going to share that with you real quick. Brianna's goal is to build worlds through her music so that listeners can experience feelings and ideas that can't be explained through words alone. Isn't that what it's about? Yes. By evoking such feelings, Brianna hopes to encourage listeners to be vulnerable with themselves and thereby promote a lifestyle of wholeheartedness and authenticity. It's such a blessing to have you. Thank you. And so, if you haven't signed up, if you would do so, joining our e-news so you can stay up to date with us, such as you would have received one this morning telling you that we didn't have power, and you came anyway. We're so grateful for that. I've felt the power. I don't feel inconvenienced at all. Have you? No, it's not a thing. We just wanted you to know we paid our power bill. That was, we didn't want any unnecessary rumors going around. You know how that can be in churches. Okay. Wings Bookstore, they have lots of things, and the sun's shining in there today. So if you are here for the first time, or you didn't get it the last time you were here as a first timer, Please get your free book. We have plenty, including How to Speak Unity, founding about the Fillmores. We have lots of things. Miracle Mondays continue this coming Monday with Jacob Glass. And we have our wonderful Healing Sound Bowls with Amy Batchelor. Is that like amazing? We're so grateful on Tuesday night, so we're so grateful that she's here. And we have Healing Qigong with Beatrice on Thursday at 5:30 p.m. So that's new to our calendar. And next Sunday, we have the Dances of Universal Peace. So plan to stay for that right after the service at noon. And so now let's stand and sing our peace song. Right here and right now. Let us affirm together our unity prayer. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.